We are going to be heading down to the FCC in Powder Springs, Georgia to pick up a Tormac CNC 1100.
Alright, well it is 1:43 a.m. I'm on my way to Powder Springs, Georgia to pick up a CNC mill machine, the Tormac 1100. And it's already been an eventful trip. About 20 minutes into the drive, I saw sparks showering from behind the trailer. So I pulled over, and the metal that holds up the ramps, the welds had broke, so it was dragging on the road. So I took my drill, I slotted the 2x4s in the bed of the trailer, and ran a strap around underneath the ramp supports over top of the bed, cinched it up, and I'm good to go. But I will be fixing that better when I get back. But anyway, on the road, 1:45. I'll check in later. So I am going through Metropolis, Illinois. This is the home of Superman. That's right. This is where he's from. Well, I am in Georgia and probably about an hour and a half away. So far, the rest of the drive has been uneventful. We're going to keep trucking.
So when I arrived at Powder Springs, Georgia, it's slightly northwest of Atlanta, just a little bit. And a couple gentlemen put this thing on their forklift. They put it on the trailer, and they moved it around to center farming. And then after I got that loaded up, you can see I did a little bit of wood blocking around the feet. I got it strapped down real nice. That road in the background of this picture that's coming up there, I was trying to drive it up and down that road, trying to see if I could knock that thing off of the trailer. I did not want to hit the interstate without that thing being secure, and I drove it pretty rough on there, going back and forth, and that thing is solid. So I began my journey back home.
So far, so good. Sitting on there pretty solid.
So less than 24 hours after I took off, I made it back home, and I backed that thing up and I stored it in the shed until I can get back to start unloading it. And we will watch that next.
Okay, so we're back in the shop with it. It's a couple days later. I got the straps off. What I'm going to do is, I saw this on another video. I am going to cut that in half, make 2 skids out of it. And it will go underneath the feet on this, so it will work as a skid to come off of that ramp, stabilize it. And I'm just going to use the floor jack there to lift that up to get that thing underneath of it. So anyway, I'm going to get a few more parts going here, and then I'll get back to it. Okay, so we're still cooking here. I do have it hooked up now, and should pulled it okay, just a couple of feet. This is obviously going to be a little bit of a challenge, but I've got a plan for getting over that little lip. And then once I get it back here, I will put the ramps on. I'll get those lined up, and then I will just use the come along to pull it off the end of that nice and slowly. And I think I'm going to put the winch up there in the back of the truck. I'm going to hook that to the front of the CNC machine to control its descent. So anyway, yep, that's it. And so there is my anchor point. Tree seems to be working okay. All right, we're getting closer. So that little pieces of metal are going to serve as a ramp to get over that lip. Come back, and there is the come along. I'm going to get my ramps on there, start pulling it off. All right, so I did get my winch hooked up. So I got this winch, actually it runs
box. I got like it's kind of like an extension cable almost, but it's permanently mounted. It runs all the way up to the battery. So when I need to use the winch, I just hook it up to the battery there, and that works that. But for right now, I'm going to take this winch. I already started unspooling it, and I'm going to wrap it around the feet on this end of the CNC. That way I can control the descent down the ramp. I'll be using the come along to pull it off. This will keep it from, once it gets to a certain point, just from sliding off the back end. Let's do it. All right, well, we're gonna give it a shot here. Get started. I'm gonna have a little challenge getting up on that lip on the ramps there, but I'll deal with that as it gets closer. Let's get it started. One more little drop. Actually, I'm going to put the jack under it, I think, and make this last little drop. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and take the chain off now, and then I'm going to use my floor jack to lift this side of the CNC up. Then I'm going to remove the ramps and then just let it down on the floor. We are just about done. Let's get this. Sweet, sweet. How awesome is that? All right. Able. That. We'll leave those under there for now. Deal with those later. Out. And ladies and gentlemen, I'm not going to say that was even close to the right way, but that is a way to haul this thing from Georgia on the trailer and to remove it without a lift, a forklift, or anything like that. It actually went very smooth. So anyway, a little bit more to come. Now I got to get things set up in position and start using it. Take care. Leave your comments below. Also hit like and subscribe. We will be following up with another video of this install, and we have other videos that we're taking around the shop and around the farm here, doing just miscellaneous projects, making trips, picking things up. Sometimes it gets a little hairy, so stay tuned. Take care. God bless.